Hello, ladies and gentlemen. As a part of Dietary Supplements and Ergogenic Aid, Week 12, Session 1, Part 1, we are going to cover Sport Supplement Industry, a Career Pathway. I am Prasanna Chowdhury, Managing Director, Nutra Supplements, Managing Committee Member, Sportscom, and CII Initiative. Today we are going to talk about the market size of sports supplements, understanding the landscape, key drivers fueling the sports supplement industry in India, the cause and reasons of exponential growth trajectory in this industry, critical challenges in sports supplement industry, knowledge gap which gives the opportunity as a career, and then we'll end up with take up. Now the market of sports supplement industry is very big globally. But this session I am majorly going to talk about the Indian scenario. We all know that globally this business, sports supplements industry and its business is multi-billion. But the asset as in India, what we have is about 1.45 billion population, and each one can be your potential client. So that big is the market when it comes to supplements and the sports supplements market per se. The demographic dividend, the combined while rising health awareness post-COVID gives the more thrust to this industry. So we are going to discuss upon understanding the landscape as SOOS framework. So when I talk about SOOS, its first is to understand the situation in India for the sports supplement market, understand where we stand, which direction we are going, how much is the potential. We'll be discussing about objective. For any career, we need to understand these basic things, that why I want to be in the business, what is an opportunity in sports supplement business. I need to define my objective, and once I define the objective, whether I want to make just pure money, I want to make a difference in somebody's life, if I want to increase the performance of an athlete, if I want to bring the player on the ground after his injury, what are my objectives? That will be defining and deciding. What are the opportunities? Once we define your objectives, then we can discuss, understand the opportunities in the business of sports nutrition, along with providing solutions. So once we understand the solution to provide an answer to our objective and defining the opportunities will give us a chance to decide our career pathway in sports supplement industry. You must have heard the tagline when the Khelo India was launched. It was mentioned, Khiloge to khiloge, like if you play, you will flourish. But खेलने के लिए what you need is the food. So आप खाओगे तो खेलोगे और खेलोगे तो खिलोगे. Means if you eat, you will play. If you play, you will flourish. So the basic is eating the right food, the right nutrition, And if you are into a sports industry where sports is meant to achieve certain goals, you need to eat right. Again, going back to the basics, food first policy, but if it is not adequate, then the supplements. So, the supplement which comes immediately after the food is the market that we are looking for as a career path. So, let us understand the sports supplement industry in a nutshell. It has an exponential growth trajectory. More specific, there are so many institutions, private, public, who are taking this drive and taking this industry forward. With 1.45 billion population and with government initiative, we are heading from sports watching country to the sports playing country. And if you want to target the mission 2036 Olympic, this can be a driving force for sports supplement industry. After the COVID, everybody has understood the importance of health, and playing sports is an integral part of keeping oneself healthy. So, in a total, this industry is big enough and growing exponentially in India. Let us understand the key driver which fueling this sports supplement industry. And I am going to make a contradictory statement today. Sports supplement industry is at very infant stage as of now. Even though there are thousands of brands in India which are available considering as a sports supplements, but they are not if you really look into the depth of it. So, at one side we have the population, the other side we are increasing as a sporting nation, and the third side we as a sports supplement industry as is at very infant stage. So, there is a huge opportunity. Of course, there are challenges, but challenges gives birth to opportunities. Let us understand the driving factors for the sports supplement industry. Let us start with government initiative. The programs like Mission Olympic 2036, which we are hoping that the Olympic Games will happen in India in 2036. So, we are gearing up with that mission. With this mission, all the state governments are also taking initiative and promoting sports along with sports science and sports supplements industry. Khelo India started in recent year, has been given a big boost to play and to achieve certain goals. University Khelo Games is again a very strong driving force. Globally, if you see, university games are the deciding areas where most of the Olympians come from. In India, we are still at very infant stage when it comes to university games, but with government initiative, lot of universities are promoting games and sports to play, and this gives a chance for sports supplement industry to grow. Government of India under this SAI is promoting lot of incentive schemes are there for promoting sports and sports science, and so the sports supplement industry is growing. Second comes the institutions which are promoting sports. Just to highlight the few, Indian Army, there is a special section of Indian Army to promote sports. There is a direct induction of sporting people. So, institutional sports ecosystem. The fueling sports supplement industry is also basically driving by efforts by Indian Army, paramilitary forces, NDA. In Indian Army, there is a direct induction of sporting person. This gives an age for any sports person to participate in a game. So the performance which is required by any sports person has a demand of sport specific supplements. So this gives a lot of fueling factor for increasing the sports supplement industry. Police academies. If you look at the training, the selection procedure of police and military both, there is a selection procedure. You need to qualify the physical test which compares of various parameters. Maybe it's running, jumping, all sort of physical exercises are conducted which are considered as prerequisite of any police training. So when a body trains for specific reason, if you are, it may not be a competitive sport, but even for military training and for police training, you are doing rigorous activity which gives the need for sports supplements pertaining to his efforts, and thus gives chance for sports supplement industry to grow. PSUs like public service undertaking like Indian Railways, ONGC, IOCL, they promote the sports by way of sponsoring, inducting the sports person within the organization. So once you get inducted within this organization or get sponsored by them, your future is somewhat secured. So this also add up, the sport industry and in turn the sport supplement industry. Educational integration. The institutions like the premier institutions like IIT Madras is taking now initiative to induct the sports person directly in the institutions. There are many more education institutes in India and abroad which are promoting sports person to be inducted in the institutions, which otherwise was only through the entrance test and educational qualification basis. Because of this as well, the sports is gearing up as an industry, and in turn supplement industry is going to grow exponential because of certain reasons. Government of India is also giving importance to the diverse sports participation along with Olympic. Paralympic, Special Olympic is also given equal importance nowadays. If you want to perform in right from school level, right from grassroots level to elite, you need to perform. For any performance requirement, there is always a gap between what is needed, what is provided, what is consumed and what is absorbed. This deficit between what is required and what is consumed gives another area for sports supplement as an industry. Then there are adventure sports, lot of trekking, cycling, motorbiking, biking are happening all over the India. Again, even though marathon is maybe for leisure part of it, but now it is sports science is coming in between, because certain marathon areas in the past we have seen someone fatal, and then because of dehydration, because of whatever reasons, mostly it happens because of nutritional deficiencies. He or she tried to run and complete in view of enthusiasm without considering his body requirements, and then there are chances where even the death had happened in marathon. So to avoid this, the sports science has come up in the picture. Sports nutrition has taken up an active role even for this community activities like marathon. And sports supplements are now being designed, recommended for individual basis depending upon his, her body weight and the mission that he wants to work upon. Then post COVID, all the industries has now started gearing up for and promoting the sports. You take Tata, Reliance, even the IT industry, which is otherwise was majorly focusing on the jobs which are doesn't require any movement, they are now promoting sports as a corporate level. There are corporate level competitions, intercorporate competitions are organized just to keep the population healthy. And wherever the competition is there, there is bound that sports science will be an integral part of it. And when sports science comes into the picture, sports nutrition, sports supplement are bound to be there as an integral part. So these are the key drivers which fuel the requirement of sports supplements in supplement industry. One more area which is is getting integration of different sports science coming together with regards to an athlete. Earlier, the exercise psychologies, the exercise physiology, sports nutrition, strength and conditioner, coach used to work in isolation. They were doing the studies in isolation at different areas, at different, for different reasons. Now integration is happening. It's all happening at an athlete-centric activity. So there is a link between sports nutrition and supplement to all the related sports science activity that are there. For example, sports supplement do has an impact on the human psychology, exercise physiology, even as the level of rehabilitation as well. When a sports physio treats a patient, wants his faster recovery, sports nutrition and sports supplements come into the picture. So in totality, the sports nutrition, sports supplement industry is gearing up at an exponential rate and is currently driving in a bigger way with the mission of having healthy lifestyle. So when the market is big enough, the statement which I mentioned is there are huge opportunity. Markets is very, very big, but it comes with a challenge. When I say sports supplement industry is very big, but we are at infant stage, the reason of saying that there are numerous challenges in this industry when it comes to India. Doping is a stigma on us. We are number one in doping violation. It happens, the doping in supplements is happening in most of the areas. Government is taking initiative to control it, but the industry is so big, is so lucrative that it is very difficult to control this industry and taking the positive steps towards doping control. If we have to make 2036 Olympic through, we need to remove this stigma of doping. If anything that can take away to represent India in 2036 as a Olympic hosting nation, it might be the doping element. And sports supplement industry is to blame for it, and the experts like you who will avoid advocating the drug-free supplements to the required population. So there are numerous challenges in this industry, and not only in the type of formulation, but in various aspects to it. These are the few challenges for a sports supplement industry that we are facing currently. We always think that the imported goods are, the supplement is best for our athlete, which is not the case always. I have already given the example earlier. Even though the SAI has made the strict norms of using the supplement from an industry which certifies as drug free for every batch, unfortunately it is not being followed. The norms which are there to have the enlistment of sports supplements under FSDU for sports person by FSSI, it is not being done in adequate manner. It is not, supplements are not tested by third party. Lack of awareness is again one more area, one more reason of this challenge of this industry. Now, this is not only pertaining to Indian industry. I got a chance to present a case of doping control in nutrition supplements and Indian perspective. And this was a WADA conference organized in 2018 with the tagline of dietary supplement, strength, weakness, opportunities and threat. There is always a say that WADA, NADA doesn't recommend any supplement or for whatever reason. Yes, it is true. But at the same time, it also advocates, it also highlights the areas where there are opportunities and there are weaknesses in this industry. Few of the points for the sports supplement industry that were highlighted at that conference is the supplement industry is highly unregulated. This is global scenario. What Mr. Oliver Nigel, who was Director General WADA then, is stated that it is, even though there is so many big industries, it's a multi-billion, a million and billion industry, still it is uncontrolled. We are not taking adequate steps as an industry to cut down the requirement as per WADA. Unfortunately, the sport industry is very, very small in regards to the wellness industry globally. Just like India, global scenario is that people want quick results. They are not wanting to wait for the effect to happen. Anything which gives the quick results, overnight results, 15 days results, 1 month results, has to have some kind of element which is banned by WADA. Label claim verification again is a very big challenge in this industry. And again, this is in India, it is more predominant because of the efforts that are required and that are being put in by the different stakeholders. Need of nutrition assessment before use of supplements. In India, unfortunately, the sports supplement or the sports nutritionist are only given a task, a limited task I would say, of undertaking the menu planning, ignoring the requirement of performance nutrition where these sports supplements may be a part of it. So, this is again a challenge for this sports supplement industry. Third party testing, yes, it can minimize the risk, but it doesn't say that if it is tested 100%, it has to be foolproof. It's only the manufacturing industry, the sport supplement industry has to take up this challenge and guarantee that whatever is being produced, manufactured, formulated doesn't contain any element which are banned by WADA. And then supplements taken in excess can cause problem. Yes, the sports supplement industry though it is big, the quantity has to be measured and provided accordingly. So there are knowledge gaps. I would say lack of knowledge, how much to use, what to use. We do have limited knowledge, but these two are good enough. If you don't have knowledge, if you have lack of knowledge, limited knowledge, it is still acceptable. But misinformation is something that killing this industry. You need to understand what is needed, what is provided, how much is needed, how to identify the label is something that information has to be provided. Along with physical literacy, it's high time that we impart sports nutrition literacy as well, where the sports nutrition literacy should start at sports supplement manufacturing industry itself and then can be taken to the next level. So the key takeaway from this session, yes, there is an exponential requirement of this sports supplement in this industry if it is adequately monitored, understood, required and provided. Government is taking lot of initiative to promote sports, but it is sports supplement industry requirement to take it forward in a very, very scientific and appropriate way. Technology and health tracker in the youth is increasing, which is again giving the boost to understand the need of specific supplements for that individual, which is again giving birth to the new way of providing and manufacturing sports supplements. Goal is to empower athlete to achieve optimal performance through responsible supplements and again with a mission win with clean sports. Thank you so much.